Hey guys, and today I have a Honda Civic Type R. Now, for hardcore Honda fans, this is the FK8. It's actually the 5th generation Civic Type R based on the 10th generation Civic. Now, I've had this car for over a week now, and the real question that we're going to ask ourselves today is this the best hot hatch in the world? Well, first, let's examine the evidence. Does it have a hatch? Well, it does actually, and a pretty spacious one, especially with the seats folded down. And check out this very unique and clever tonneau cover solution. Is it hot? Ow! It is hot. That's a 2-litre VTEC turbocharged engine putting out about 320 brake horsepower, 400 Newton meters of torque, or 295 pounds-foot. That's good for 0 to 60 in 5.8 seconds on paper, but it feels a lot quicker. And it has an outrageous top speed. Now, that's a lot of power to be put into the front wheels, and if you're brutal, they really struggle to translate that to the surface, but somehow this car just pulls itself around the corner. It's uncanny, but more on that when we drive it. Hot hatches are also meant to be usable daily drivers, just as suited to the city as they are to B roads and racetracks. This one is hardly discreet and unassuming. It visually shouts, "Look at me, I'm not just another Civic." Now, this is about 8 centimeters wider than a regular Civic at just under 1.9 meters, and you have to be careful to look after these delicious 20-inch alloy wheels shod with these Continental Sport Contact 6 245x30 ZR20 licorice thin tires. You can even justify this car to your family because, hey guys, look how much room there is back here. You can even put a child seat in here. Is it expensive to run? Well, Honda say 36.7 miles per gallon on the combined cycle. I've been getting 32 miles per gallon, and that's with a pretty generous use of that right pedal. If you're interested, emissions are 176 grams per kilometer CO2. So it does city practicality quite well. Does it do hatchback style? Are you kidding? Have you seen this crazy rear spoiler? It's so tall, it doesn't even obstruct the rear view from the driver's seat. And have you seen these tailpipes? And this crazy splitters and spoilers body kit? How about these signature red Honda Type R bucket seats? Aluminium pedals and an aluminium shift knob. Keep some gloves in the car. Plus you got this carbon fiber trim and these red accents on the dashboard. And then there's that instrument panel. That's comfort, that's sport, and that's plus R. So yes, you do know that you're looking at getting into and riding into something rather special, and it gets even more sensational on the move. So I have driven this car a couple of times before. It's nice to have a bit more time with it and to really get to learn it and understand what it's all about. I mean, it is incredible what they've done to the suspension. It rides so much better. It's now in comfort mode, and even in comfort mode, it's quick. I mean, I know the 0 to 60 time doesn't sound like much, but you know, from 2,500 RPM, you know, it just goes, and there's plenty of performance. Now it's in comfort mode. You know, it's still doing the business. It is possible to heel and toe. You just have to stretch your right ankle a little bit. Still holds on incredibly well. Let's put it up into sport. Now, sport is actually the mode that it starts on. So when you start up the car, it actually starts in sports mode. Comfort is what you have to go into. Oh my God, it's just so stable. I've said this before, but it's just incredibly rigid the way this car, you know, is set up. It's set up like a sports car. It's not set up like a hot hatch. It doesn't roll. It doesn't pitch. It's absolutely solid. And you know, no understeer. It just turns in. You know, the steering feel improves. So when you go up from comfort into sport, I think basically it changes the damper settings. So certainly the suspension is a lot more comfortable in comfort. It just gets a little noisier, if you know what I mean. So it just starts to pick up a lot more. It's not uncomfortable, but it picks up a lot more when it's in sport. And the throttle response, well, I mean, just a little bit on a loose surface, you get a little bit of torque steer, but you have to really provoke it to get any torque steer on this car. And so in sport, and it's in sports now, so it's eased back a little bit on the ESP and stuff. And it's just never-ending torque, you know, and you can feel the car just settle down. It's lower and I think longer, about the same width I think, but longer and lower than the other car. Lower center of gravity, they've reduced the weight on it as well. And the torque, it's up to 4,500 RPM, you know, and you can really feel that power. And it's it's relentless. You know, it'll just accelerate. I mean, you can see, you can feel, you know, at that point, okay, you can criticize the car's look with all the spoilers and all the air and everything like that. But when it's doing this sort of speed, you start to realize that actually all of that is holding it down onto the ground, and with this, you know, capable of this ridiculous top speed of 170 miles per hour, 270 kilometers per hour from a hot hatch. I mean, that's where all that comes into play and makes it work and does so well. Once again, a little bit of pull at the wheel, a little bit of torque steer, but it's nice torque steer. It's the kind you like, you want from your hot hatch. Fantastic gear change, you know, snick. I think they've improved it. Even Honda do this so well, and I think they've improved it even from before. You know, a little bit of movement now, but of course the suspension is on its firmest setting. Let's put it up into R plus R. Oh my God! I think really what they do here is they just turn back the ESP a little bit, so we'll probably get a little bit more bite and torque steer at the steering. But honestly, it's doing really well. It's absolutely solid. And again, those brakes come into play, which are absolutely very reassuring, very solid, very linear. This car is set up so well, you know, to not give you any surprises or any shocks. You know, it's so predictive in what it's doing. It's kind of feeling what you need it to do, it kind of understanding what you want it to do before you've even thought about it yourself. The interior, I mean, we're not talking you know, luxury levels here, but on the other hand, you've got everything that you need here, and it's all nicely set up. It's got a nice few touches with the carbon trim here and the red outline to match the bodywork on the outside. They've got rid of the split level instrument panel. It's one normal one, but it's a big center information dial with the speed and the trip computer stuff if you want. All of that will come up in the middle, and you can rotate through that and decide what you want there. Fuel on the right and the temperature on the left. It's good to have a temperature gauge still. No handbrake anymore on these, but it has auto hold as well, you know, for hill starts and stuff like that. It has an electronic handbrake. God, if I'm trying to find criticisms, you know, criticisms, my goodness. Okay, I mean, the interface is still, it's not great. I mean, I said this in the HRV review. It's not the most intuitive. It's okay, because this one uses Apple CarPlay. It works quite well on this, so I'm just using that. It's okay, but it takes a little bit of understanding, getting used to. Stereo, it's okay. I mean, it could be better. It could be better. Maybe they expect you to swap the speakers out or something. It could be better, but it's all right. It's not too bad. Sound, it's a bit boomy. So what I missed from the old VTEX, lost my... I was saying CarPlay, and I've just lost it there. Anyway, it's a bit boomy, this one, compared to the... I missed the screaming wail, the sort of banshee wail of the old VTEX. You don't get that in this car. You get a lot of boom, you know, which is fine, but maybe they should make more of that. You know what I mean? It's like the car visually is so loud. Why haven't they made it orally loud? You know, I want it to be even loud. I mean, you can hear the sound, and it's okay, but I want it to be even more charismatic, a little bit louder, you know, to give me a little bit more from that. And maybe especially on startup, you know, maybe there should be a bark, a forewarning of the craziness to come when you start this car, especially as it starts in default sports mode. It should do that, right? So we are again in plus R mode. They say it's for the track, but it's perfectly drivable on the road. I mean, you know, it's absolutely fine. I'm not feeling any less assistance. I don't know how much the assistance has been dialed back, but it feels absolutely fine to me. And, you know, oh my God, I mean, you know, oh my God, it's just, oh, it just holds and holds. Oh my goodness, it's just like, it's capable of a lot more than I am, that's for sure. You know, ESP steering, which is very accurate, and I like the way it's variable, so it adjusts itself. But, you know, and you know, we're not talking Lotus levels of we're not talking Lotus levels of feel here, but we're talking enough information to know, like, to be able to do that with confidence. And you're getting a lot of feedback from the chassis, from the car. We're sitting lower center of gravity, so you're getting a lot of information from the car in general. So it's all combining to give you that confidence to drive it like this, you know. But honestly, I mean, in every aspect. I'm just loving the way this car is not only very technical and very clever and very sophisticated, but what it is doing is that it's very visceral. So you know, it feels a bit like an old school sports car. You feel everything. You can feel what it's doing. You can feel the things that are going on. You can feel the mechanical bits. You can feel like it's actually linkages and stuff. You know, it's a car that's really kind of, you know, in the sense something that it's man and machine. You're interacting with the machine. That's what it feels like with this car. It's an absolute joy. It really is. And it's incredible what it's capable of. And like I said, you know, probably so much more than I'm capable of. But yet, even with my abilities, I can drive it like this and enjoy the heck out of it. Wow. Just wow. I mean, where did this even come from, Honda? Honestly, I gotta say, Honda, for years, you've been kind of there, but not quite there, but, you know, and I love the Type Rs. You know, I didn't like the one before this. I just didn't like it, the way it looked and stuff. But I like the one before that, the space body one. But then, you know, for a while, you know, you just been making cars, you know, and now this thing, wow, this is Honda like I remember it. Oh my God, I'll tell you, I think I've just found my new favorite car. This is it, you know, I mean, what more do you want from a hot hatch? The last great hot hatch that I drove, I felt was the Golf GTI Club Sport. I thought that was really, really good. I think this is better, and also it's cheaper. Wow, I want one. That's all I can say. I want one. You could just, you know, after doing what I've been doing today, you can justify it. You can say, yeah, definitely sell one of the kids, one of the kidneys, don't need that, whatever. And get one of these. Whew. Wow. I think I need to calm down for a bit. So there's my review of the Honda Civic Type R. Yeah, they could have made it prettier. Admittedly, I really struggled with the styling of this car, but you know what? I don't care anymore. In fact, I've grown to like it. It's got a hell of a presence, which is crucial for a hot hatch. I look back at this thing every single time I park it. It's got character, and that's something that's sorely missing in a lot of cars these days. At £31,000 or £33,000 for this GT pack, which has dual zone climate control, sat nav, better stereo and other bits and pieces that you'll all want, it's still an incredible value argument. So, is it the best hot hatch in the world? At the moment, yeah, it is. And damn it, I think I want one. Anyway, that's my verdict on the Honda Civic Type R. Hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think of the car, me, the review, anything else. Leave your comments above, below, elsewhere. Do make sure you subscribe, and see you in the next one.